Also thinking of working with this instead. This is a 16th inch square hollow tubing. This is 3/32, I believe. So it's quite a bit bigger. I don't know if it looks right or not. If it looks right, it'd be quite a bit easier to use this material to build stuff with it. I still have the C-pillar windows to do, and those are considerably harder than this A-frame here. And it'd obviously be quite a bit stronger. I don't know if that looks too big or not. Part of me says yes, part of me says no. But, so, I believe that's for that side. This one I'm going to have to heat up the one solder joint here and bend that A-pillar out. Although this one I did sand at an angle where it touches the surface of the door, or filed. So I'm going to have to file that down a little bit, but actually I'm happy with the way it sits in the door, in the front of the door. I have to file down the rear just a little bit. Another real thing that drives me crazy here is even once I do this and, you know, I have my surround all the way here, it's still, if you look at the quarter panel, look how narrow the hardtop quarter or C-pillar is in the quarter as opposed to the C-pillar there. Now obviously that's an angled shot showing the rear too, so that might just be a contour, but I really don't think it is. I also think that the window, the back windshield there, is considerably flatter, whereas this one, as you can see, cuts into it. I think that's actually more what I'm seeing. Which I'd like to get rid of that, but I really don't know how I would do. But this has got like a 67, 68, or 67 GTX or Plymouth look going on here. Whereas that's, you know, just looks like a Chevy too. So we'll see. I'm getting a little better with this. I got this silly resistance soldering unit, which I really didn't know that it was going to work well for what I do, because I normally just, you know, like with my dyno deal, I'm mainly just butting ends together. So what that comes with is, or mine at least, I bought it used and it came with a probe, which works great. It's got a foot pedal, and then one of these sticks in here. Basically just like jumping the terminals on a battery, but with the probe you need to use the ground strap, so you always have to have your piece grounded with this. So say I was soldering, you know, here with the probe, the electricity would go between here and here and it would heat up here, you know. So you know, you wouldn't want to put the ground far away from where you're soldering. Or these tweezers, which I wasn't really able to use that good because they were so small, but and these essentially do their own duty. When the two touch the same piece, it sends electricity through it. But I actually just opened that up, filed that up so I could open it. It would only open to about there. I couldn't get it around a piece of 1/8 inch. But these are mainly for attaching pieces to something already existing. Like if you know, say I got a frame rail like that and I want to attach just a piece of sheet brass or something to the side of it. They're real, then it makes that tool super nice. You know, you just real quick. Put a little puddle of solder on one of these, stick them together cold, touch them together, bam, done. So that's more for what that's for. And that stupid thing was expensive, so I've been using mainly this. Even as unreliable as that is, this is probably the most reliable torch I've had. There goes that, and that's where that goes. And these, they're about 20 bucks. Just, you know, shitty soldering irons. You can use them for a torch too. But basically, when I solder, I make my cuts and everything, whatever. Then I will take a red Scotch-Brite pad or scuff pad, whatever you want to call it, and I will sand it clean. I usually try to do almost like a crosshatch pattern on it, because at least in my mind, that lets the solder kind of soak in and make a stronger joint. And then I take my good old wax and grease remover, probably overkill, to clean it up. And this is some of the best stuff I've used, and some of the real soldering gurus suggested it. This Tix Flux, this works wonderfully. I do have the grease style stuff as well. That stuff works too. And Tix, they actually make solder too, but it was like 20 bucks for 15 of these little rods. So I've just been using this from Hobby Lobby. So I don't know, that video really began as showing you what I've updated, and then turned into a little bit of a brass tutorial, which I'm not the one to even do that, so, but gives you an idea. When the hard part comes is now when I want to add the vent window brace down here, straight down, keeping that joint from melting again is tough, which you use what's called heat sinks, which basically is just random shit. You can put a piece of steel on it, touch it up against steel, you can try putting clamps around them, essentially to slow the heat down there, but it's pretty much a guarantee that that's gonna come undone. So I gotta go right to that joint. Anyway, I don't know what time it is for you guys. It's like 3:30 in the morning here, so this is my I should be in bed video.